Hello and welcome to today's healing stream. Today I have a feeling it's going to be quite powerful. Now I'm hoping this is working. Let me just get my thing up. Yep, beautiful. My actual desktop just froze and I couldn't use the mouse and make the live stream go live. So I had to use the shortcut key on the keyboard and it actually worked. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. So we got over that hump. So hey, Tanya, hey Dee, how's it going, beautiful girls? Okay, so today is a healing stream. And every week I'm learning deeper ways in which I can serve the collective. And I'm here to just be an open vessel, they're saying, okay, be an open vessel to share with you the message from the God source, Christ. Now, for the last 5 years, I have been working very hard with Spirit, going through this massive book that the Spirit has had for me, checking off all the boxes to ensure that I know exactly what the Ascension of Christ is and what it takes and what it means to be a messenger of the divine. This is a frequency that we all tune into. So right now you guys are in this old world system of separation. And what you need to do is really be open to this because this is the return of Christ. I know it conflicts with a lot of the programming out there, religious, spiritual, new age, okay? But this is the truth of the Christ, and anyone can attain this if they have the will to. So show up here, be open, watch from the beginning to the end, because if you don't, you'll miss out on the healing activations and you won't receive. So this is about you showing up for yourself. That's what it's about. You showing up for yourself and you investing in yourself. This is the cosmic law of one. We are in resonance with all the natural and universal laws. So the more open that you are to this, meanings be okay. So what they're saying is awareness. This is about your self-awareness. And I'm here to share the undiluted truth, because that's what the God source is, absolute truth of creation. Over the last 5 years, I have had to move through all these interdimensional levels, meaning I've had to release myself from the snares and the grips of darkness by using the darkness, okay? The darkness is very important, but okay, let me have some water. So this is a matrix that we are in, and no matter how far you ascend, there will always be a matrix, because the matrix has been created from the divine by the hang on. There's like divine divide. They're showing me something. Okay. So this divide, the matrix, the divide has been created so source can experience itself through life, not just on this planet, but galactically, universally. Now, in the old world, there are so many old ways that you guys are programmed to, so many belief systems you guys are trapped in. So when I'm sharing this truth, because this is the pure, again, I'm going to say it again. They're making me say it again. The pure, undiluted truth from the God source, the divine. Okay, so free of the divide. I am very blessed to be in this frequency right now because I've done the work. And I get to share something that no one else on this planet gets to share. They're saying universally, like galactically, like this is what we have all been waiting for. But the key to it all is you. So what the divine, I'm just saying God source, wants you to know is that this is attainable. So I'm here to serve. Okay, so they're bringing up a few different. Good morning, Sue, mum, Sue/mum. Hey, Mel. So when you guys are jumping on here, just like this, and please do share this. because we need to get this message out to the beings that it's meant for. Now, this isn't meant for everyone, because not everyone has incarnated for this, or not everyone has the mind power to actually be here because of the saying the blinders. There's so many okay. So this is the roller of a divine plan, the divine plan. This is the birth of a new world where we are the creators, but we need to understand how to operate so we can do this, because there is no old world way. You are the key. It's about you receiving this information and then following your unique path. This is the way to Christ. This is the only way to Christ. But to do this means you going within and you following, they're saying your higher self, and then they're saying God, okay? Because gone are the old world ways where there's something that we bow to that is externally to us. We've got to stop that. Now, for the last week, I don't know about you guys, and it's 11, there's 11 people watching right now, but November has been one heck of a freaking month. It's the 10th today, it's the 11th tomorrow, and for this last week, it has been very up and down. There's been a couple of days this week where I've been floored. I've been working with black magic, spells, curses, hexes, freeing, hang on. Okay. So I have a responsibility to this planet, to this galaxy, to the universe. Okay. Hang on. So what they're saying is you are a universe in yourself. So everything is contained within you. You are this container of creation. You are a creator. Now, what I want to encourage you guys to do is, like I said, share this in those spiritual groups where people are seeking answers to the meaning of life, truth. Those beings who you can see are struggling, who need help, because this information, these healing streams that I do weekly, are for beings to heal, so we can heal for the collective. So, all right, now they're showing me the ABC, right? So, and the triangle. So ancestor, being, collective. We are, okay, so they're saying one, like O-N-E, like they're showing me one. And it's these three, it's this triangle, right? So ABC, 1, 2, 3. This is this conscious creation. This is this organic growth. But they're showing me these so okay, so they're going back to our responsibility. Our and your responsibility is to arm yourself with the truth, and that's what I'm here to share with you. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to dim my light and dim this light to make you guys feel comfortable, because I need to share with you guys the truth so you feel the triggers, you feel the dissonance, you feel where you're not free, so you feel where you still have work to do. It's like, so please be very interactive in these streams. At the moment, I'm only interacting with people on YouTube because there's an issue with my computer. And I think that's what Spirit wanted me to do. It's funny because I got my streaming thing up on the desktop and got it on fine. And then when I went to press live, it wouldn't work. But just prior to that, they were saying just interact with those beings on YouTube. And then it wouldn't work. I could not get anything working on my desktop. So I had to use the shortcut key on my keypad to go live. So nothing on this screen is working. I couldn't even close down the screen to open it back up again. So when Spirit wants you to do something, Spirit makes you do it their way. And if you resist, if I was to really get into a fluster and think, oh my God, like I found a way. There was a way. Spirit had a very specific way, but now Spirit is, so there's a link. There should be a link in the description. Let me have a look. Okay, there's a link in the description. If you're on Facebook or any other social media, click on the link and go to the healing stream option. And there you will find the live stream, this live stream. Now, the reason this is at times, well, at the moment, we are battling a lot of dark force energy in this collective. And I will get back to that because that is very significant to this whole live stream today. Because again, you guys need to know the truth of what's happening and how this physical realm has been birthed and created, and how the old world kept you guys and kept us in this trap, in this mental prison, Sean Connery or something. I'm seeing a Rubik's Cube. I'm seeing a Rubik's Cube specifically. So when I think about the Rubik's Cube, there's so many ways in which to experience, but it's still limited. So what I'm here to tune you guys into, and those beings that join myself in the membership and in time receive the divine blueprint to move into this 144 frequency, to them. So they're just bringing up the fact that it's about you guys going where you're guided, but at least showing up for these free streams and interacting, watching. Because this is the thing, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Okay, I can show up here every single week, fulfilling my mission, and just being in the now, but I can't make you watch these from the beginning to the end. Okay, I can't make you understand certain things that you're not ready to understand yet, right? So this is where Spirit's coming in and saying that I'm here to, this information will find those that it's meant to, and not everything in these streams you're meant to get, because this has taken me 5 years to attain. Okay, and I always say that, yes, some water. So what you guys need to do is be very mindful that everyone is at very different evolutionary stages, okay? And everyone is in these different belief systems, the prison systems, they're saying, prison systems, these different matrix systems. They're all the same thing. They're a way to keep you separate from the truth. But this is like a video game. So you need to go within. You need to show up for yourself, invest in yourself, okay? Show up here. The more you give to this mission, so share this information, okay? Because you will be blessed, okay? And I'm not just saying that. That's the intention. So one of the things that I've had to see over the last 5 years is how witchcraft and black magic is used to control the masses. Now, I've had to, on this path, ascend, like I said, opening up all these interdimensional gateways and mastering and conquering all the demons on those levels, and then moving up, they're saying the rainbow ray. I'm just seeing this rainbow. Okay, so they're showing me the ascension path that I've walked, right? And those members know a lot about that. So when I'm talking about the levels, so the first level, the red level, the beginning of this game, to clock and master the simulation, to master yourself, this ascended master's path. So level 1 to level 7, digging your way out of hell. Like, this is what I know all of you guys in the old world are fixed into this. This is the hell, right? This, well, not where I am, but where you are right now is hell. And hell is what you make it. And with your mind, you can really, what are they saying? I'm just saying mind. They're really going to get in and deep, and there's going to be a lot of twists and turns in today's live, because this is the way that black magic works, okay? And I have a feeling this is going to be very difficult. So please come over to YouTube. The link is in the description, and comment, interact. By commenting and interacting in our YouTube healing stream, okay, you are actually receiving more healing, because your name is in that actual comment thing, and your comment is actually being healed on as well. So right now we have Tanya, Dee, Sue, Mel, they're over on YouTube. They're getting healing. Their name is in my comment section. Now, for many that don't understand how this works, like, this is the power of God. So this is why this works. Now, God, the only reason that humans believe that God has given up on them is because they've given up on themselves, because they haven't been taught how to operate. What they have been taught and programmed to do is give their light away. So by you guys, oh, and that's another thing they're bringing up. There's so many things, right? Like every minute of every day that you do, where your light is taken by the darkness, where your light is harvested and siphoned. And this is why my gift here is very unique. There's no one here on this planet that can do this, because I've been through it, and I've had this crash course with spirit. I've had to, they're making me go on and on about this, right? About in Ascension. So right now in this old world, there's a lot of Ascension teachings. There's a lot of BS Ascension teachings. There's a lot of Ascension teachings that are golden, but they're still fixed into separation. So okay. Now, I've changed the way that I've done things this week, where I've just, I said it a bit earlier, and I had the heading Weekly Healing Stream. And I knew we were going to be talking about black magic and the building of this physical realm. I'm seeing building. So what they're saying is building these houses of ego, this separation. And this, there's many of you guys that know how I operate and how I share. Spirit is very much this, like the streams that I do, they sort of go around in spirals. And this is why it is so important. If you wish to heal, if you wish to receive this healing, watch from the beginning to the end, because this is how spirit works. We start on some things, and then it moves into another thing, but then we come back around to that other thing in the end. Okay. And this is the intention, and this is the instruction. They're saying the instruction of the God source, of the divine. If you wish to receive this healing, make sure you show up, you're subscribed, you like, you share, you comment, you watch from the beginning to the end, which is the most important. Otherwise, you're not showing up for yourself. There's been many beings in my last 5 years on this journey that have been very half-assed, and I tried to cater to them so much, right? And it's like, oh, and they weren't, yeah. So it was like I wasted so much energy in the first few years because I wanted to help everyone and really guide everyone. But what I was doing was the beings that weren't showing up for themselves, they were just falling further and further and further behind. And I made the mistake for some time of trying to like run back and, are you okay? Do you need help? Right? And like giving them updates. And so I was wasting so much energy. Like I was slowing down my ascension so much because I was trying so hard to help those beings that fell over, that fell back. And that was a very powerful lesson. It took me many years to actually understand what Spirit was trying to say. And so when I share things too, I really want you guys to, they're saying role model. So right now there's so many beautiful beings, the beings that came here for big things, earth angels. And you guys really just want the best for others. And you go down and you meet beings on their level and you pick them up and dust them off and pull them, like, so you're doing a lot of hard work. And what you're doing is actually slowing down your ascension. You're blocking yourself because we had a very powerful, well, I had a very powerful message yesterday or the day before yesterday, because I was out of it yesterday. I was floored. I did a whole heap of work on these dark force energies and began transmuting them, and oh my God. So what I'm actually doing is I'm healing for the collective. So I'm healing for myself and the collective. I'm transmuting all this shit because I am the new earth grid. I am a part of the crystalline grid, and those beings that have received the attunement through Christ, the divine blueprint, they too are the crystalline grid. They are new earth. So they're doing the same as myself. They're helping. They're those anchor points for myself. We are all anchor points for one another to bring this divine light into the new earth grid. And by us bringing this light into this divine light into the new earth grid, the crystalline grid, which we are one with, we're able to draw darkness is being purged on this planet. So I'm here, I'm an alchemist, and I'm here to share these tools of alchemy with those beings who are ready to heal, with those beings who are ready to invest in themselves. Because part of being investing means creating this energetic contract with Spirit, moving into this all one frequency, being this resonance. The membership portal, the online course / healing portal, that's an energetic contract, right? With your energetic contract with Spirit, where you invest in yourself and then you access, well, you become one with us, connected to that new earth grid, and hit the wall then. And you begin releasing and transmuting all those things that we are. So I dedicate myself to those beings in the membership and those beings that are a part of this new earth collective. Meaning every day I'm doing stuff, I'm healing, I'm learning, it's amazing, but it can be very, very hard, very hard. And so what I want to know from you guys is, I don't know if anyone's commenting. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, so this November has been very, very difficult. And I can see there's 11 people watching. Don't know how many people we've got on YouTube, but I do. If you're commenting on Facebook, I'm not seeing them. Okay, so come over to YouTube, because when Spirit says something, we just do it, right? So Spirit is saying, guys, get your ass over to YouTube. The link is in the bio. Come and join us on YouTube, because right now I don't know if you're receiving healing through Facebook. Okay, I don't know. I doubt it highly, because Spirit's saying, get your ass over to YouTube. Okay, that's not just me, it's Spirit. saying, click that link, come to the healing stream on YouTube and interact with us there. Because what I see is a lot of people just, and I can't see if there's anyone commenting on Facebook, right? And the interaction is a big part of this. So if you guys can come over to YouTube, that'd be great. Make sure you subscribe so you can comment. Ah, what was that? I don't make the rules, all right? I just follow Spirit's guidance, and it's got me this far, okay? And this is what you guys all need to do. It's like, follow your inner guidance. I was going to say it won't steer you wrong, but sometimes it does, but that's because there's a lesson there for you. It's something that you need to learn for yourself, like a pattern. You need to, that Spirit has done that to me many times. But this last week, with all the black magic and dark force energy, the spells, the curses, the hexes, it's ridiculous. Okay, so so at the very beginning of the week, I had this thing where, oh, thank you for the love heart. Hey, DF Empress, hello. Now, so to ascend, to embody Christ, so I've walked the path, and they need me to tell my story, and it's very hard for me sometimes because it does feel like when I do these lives, I bang on about it, but they're like, you need to get comfortable with sharing your truth, like sitting on your throne, right? Because I've done the job. So what I've done is I've walked the path, and I've moved from hell to heaven. So I've mastered my lower self to meet my higher self, to merge, to be one. Okay, so this is what they're saying, the lower self and the higher self merging, right? Satan and God merging, right? It's this symbolism. There's so much symbolism. But what they want me to refer to right now is the lower self and the higher self. Okay, so the beauty about what I have done is that I can share the cheat codes with those beings who join me. So that's what the divine blueprint is. It's this very unique tuning, where I get to connect with those beings that choose and transfer the data, because this is it. We are like these computers, right? It's like this holographic computer system, right? And it's like, I incarnated for a reason. I suffered most of my life until 5 years ago, where I really began suffering, right? But I began learning through my suffering and using my suffering as a tool for growth, using the darkness as a means for my ascension. Because if I didn't go through that darkness, I would not be here in the light, right? So it's about, I'm just seeing a tightrope. This is a walking this tightrope, this light beam to the one, to this sun, to this holographic projector where everything originates from, they're saying sources from. This is the light, the force, the life force, right? That flows through each and every one of you. So I'm here. So what they show me is this they're saying monadic computer, the biocomputer. Okay. They're just throwing that out there. Yes. Okay. See, I think we're going to be talking about certain things, and then they take me all these other places, right? So they're really getting super techie, right, in relation to this biocomputer, your divine instrument. and how I serve. So it's like for the last 5 years, I've been sharing these healing shortcuts with beings. And for the first couple of years, I didn't really know what I was doing because I was just being in the now moment. And what I was doing was I was receiving the input, I was recording it, I was healing on it. So I was able to move past that. And I kept doing that over and over again. And there were beings, my collective, that walked with me on this path. So every so often Spirit would say, okay, Nadine, you need to attune beings. So put that offer out there. If there's anyone that wants this attunement, they can purchase it, right? So what would happen was they would purchase the attunement, I would connect to them, and I would transfer all this information onto them into their system so they too could release all those things on autopilot and they could operate the way that I was operating. And I had no idea how I was able to do this, but now I know because it was my divine mission. I was here to embody the Godhead, to be a messenger of the divine. You know, they're saying I am the chosen one, right? But it's because I chose myself. I chose to walk this path. There's a lot of beings out there in this reality right now who have all these different labels for themselves. There's beings that will say they're one of the 144. They'll say they're a chosen one. You know, this, that, I'm this, I'm that, rah, rah, rah. But what we need to get you guys to do is understand that in the old world of separation, fixed into the Antichrist program, there's so much deception around those. So what are they trying to say? They're bringing up the frequency, right? So God is a frequency that you tune into. The 144 is a frequency that you tune into. When I put up these 144,000 posts, there's always people that say it's your DNA, or it's this, it's that, and there's so many truths to that number. And I've had to walk this path of ascension to know and embody at what the 144,000 actually is and be it. Okay, no, I haven't read this shit in books. I have embodied it. I opened that textbook, like Spirit. This lesson plan from Spirit for the last 5 years has been off the hook, but it's very interesting, and especially with each month. You know, so November is all about the Stargate, right? November is all about they're showing me this doorway. What they're just showing me, like, this cosmic doorway, right? Now, in just about an hour, I have my members live stream on Zoom. So there's a link in the description if you guys would like to join us and receive a shit ton of healing, because you have to receive healing to be in our frequency. Come and join us. And there you will access the frequency, the self-healing tools, the sacred divine knowledge from the core of creation. Like, this is deep. So very, very deep. Like, this is consciousness, Christ consciousness. This is creation mechanics. This is the Holy Grail, they're saying. I'm just seeing an Ace of Cups. The eternal springs. So I don't know what's going to come up. I don't know. I never know. I never know what I'm going to sit down here and talk about. But right now they're bringing me back up to this monadic computer. Now they're saying divine instrument. So you are this technology, right? You have this amazing inner technology within you. And you haven't been taught about it. You haven't been taught how to operate. You haven't been taught how to use this divine instrument, this technology. What you have been taught to do is operate completely against your divine essence. And by you operating against yourself, you are actually, what they're just showing me like this, like, it's like you are relinquishing your light. It's like by default. By you operating against yourself, you are giving away your light. Now, this is the way the darkness has used. Okay. So I want to be able to help everyone, but it's up to you guys to show up and invest in yourself. That's the number one thing. Cosmic law, this energetic law of giving and receiving. And I don't know, just what's that called, guys? I don't know. What's that universal law? I've just lost it, because this is the way they've always just, this is about this loop, this feedback loop where givers give to one another instead of us givers giving to those people that are undeserving of our light, right? We spoke about it before with one of the massive downfalls, and one of the things that really slowed down my ascension was worrying about all those people, right, who weren't showing up for themselves. So what I was doing was I was coming out of my this high frequency that I had healed and earned and worked on, and then I was coming down to their level, right? And I was becoming one with them in this low frequency, and then I had to do a shit ton of healing to get myself back up. And what I was actually doing was I was holding on to them because I cared for them, right? And I wanted the best for them, because that's the way that we operate, us earth angels, those beings that came here for big things. We want to help, we want to serve, and we feel for those beings, and we know how magical life is, and what we have to share is, you know, in whichever way you do it, right? So you're constantly moving out of this frequency, moving down, lowering your frequency to meet people where they're at. So you've got to stop that right now. The best way that you can serve is by healing yourself, going within, healing yourself, maintaining your frequency, and keeping on increasing that frequency, because those beings external to you are a part of you, right? And they have their own path. They have their own way. They incarnated for certain things, right? Because what we have in this external reality, it looks like chaos, but everything is working the way that it's meant to, for one common goal. But so what? Okay, let me have some water. They're really taking me on a merry-go-round. Oh, thank you, DF Empress. Rudog, infinity. That's it. Oh, hey, Rudog. Yeah, infinity sign. And that's it. This is the cosmic law of one. So if you look at so if you look at the monad, right? You look at the sun. You look at the one, the container of creation, right? That's the spiritual sun. What they're showing me is a different perspective on that. And I've seen it somewhere where it's all about a matter of viewing, like how the circle, if you view it from a certain way, it looks like an infinity sign. That's what they're showing me right now anyway. But it's this, okay, hang on. There's something there, but they're not, there was something that I learned the other day, that they taught me the other day. No, I'm not meant to have it yet. Okay, so at the beginning of the month, I was very, and this happens every month, right? Because what happens, and this is what happens to you guys too, and especially the beginning of this November, this 11, because things are ramping up, guys. Like, I'm here in this frequency, speaking this truth. I'm here, I'm on my throne, sharing the truth of the God source, and healing for the collective, and sharing what I've worked on. The amount of black magic right now coming out of the collective is ridiculous. And this is all a part of the divine plan. So this November, okay, let's just say it. I'm just getting God, right? God, the God source, the divine, the amount of black magic that is being cleared is amazing. Like, it is amazing. And I'm getting to it. I keep getting to it, but then I keep going, reverting. It's weird. And I'm seeing the word revert, and I'm not sure why they're making me. Now, this last 5 years has meant pushing through a huge amount of darkness, like I've said. So this isn't the first black magic type spells, curses, hexes that I've worked with. But I find it very interesting that this November is very specifically black magic. At the beginning of the month, I couldn't understand why, but I had such resentment for man. And I had this feeling where I'm just sick and tired of doing this. I'm just sick and tired of doing it because the amount of greedy people that just want something for nothing, you know, the amount of beings that go, oh, well, you should just be giving your energy away for free, because that's basically that's how I'm reading it. But they're saying, it's like people just want stuff and they don't want to work for it. They just want a free ride, right? And I was having all these conflicting thoughts, but these are things that come through from spirit for me to learn from, right? So I couldn't quite make sense, but I knew it was a lesson, and I knew I was feeling that way for a reason. But there was just this, I just felt so low. And I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Like, and I couldn't figure, and I know why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I fucking love you guys. And for me to keep healing means I have to heal the collective, right? Like, I need to give you guys the truth, right? So you guys can take the truth and go within and form your path and begin your ascension to the one, right? Because there's no old way that you guys can do this. Like, this is the only way, this portal, this information, this knowledge, this divine sacred knowledge. It's the only way, but you hold all the keys, because you have to go within. You need to take the bits of truth that you resonate with in this moment and use that to go within and learn through your inner guide, you know, follow your intuition, follow spirit. So I'm saying I've walked this path, I've ascended, I'm the Christ, right? I've embodied the mother, the father. Well, I am the mother in matter. I had my divine sacred union with the part of me in spirit, that father part of me in spirit, which is Yeshua, came together. And that's what those two, the mother and the father coming together, gave birth to the Christ, the spiritual son. So the Holy Spirit, I am spiritually fucking whole, right? And I'm speaking from this frequency for you guys, saying it's possible. Join us on this journey and learn how to do it. These free streams are powerful. The membership is the ultimate power, right? So it's like, you choose. But at the beginning of the month, the beginning of November, I was in this frequency, because you've got to understand that things surface. And when the things are surfaced in our field, that makes us feel a certain way. Our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions are affected, right? So what we need to do is use these thoughts, these feelings, and emotions, ask the questions, right? What do we need to heal, right? But those thoughts, those feelings, and emotions are showing us what we need to heal. So we're going the long way around, but so try and make the connections with what I'm saying. The problem is most humans take things very literally. But what you guys need to do is look at things, take a step back and look at things symbolically, okay? Symbolically. They're saying signs, right? So joining myself on this path, I'm going to teach you, well, in the membership, I'm going to teach you how to connect with spirit, how to do what I have done, right? And how to use these thoughts, feelings, and emotions to navigate home to the one. Okay, so I'm a broken record. In the beginning of the month, I just had this Oh, and this was before I'd started working on the black magic and the dark force energy and spells, the curses, the hexes. I just had this. It was just like humans just annoyed me. I'm just like, oh, like there were so many things surfacing, and these feelings of being taken for granted, and beings just want they just want something, but they don't want to do anything for it, like takers. That's what we're looking for, right? So I was just, my energy was feeling really low and down, and the thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions that I was experiencing was this, I just had a gut full of humans, right? Because that's what spirit wanted me to feel, right? And as it turned out, the reason that I was feeling that, with myself inputting those feelings, right, putting them on my healing record and seeking answers for the feelings that I was experiencing, this whole black magic thing came up, and oh my, did it come up, right? And the first day where I had to input all this black magic stuff, when I put down my laptop, bang, I was floored, and I was transmuting up a fucking storm, right? My everything, my head, I was just in so much pain. And I knew that this happens, right? But it was really full on, and cosmically, it's probably all the cosmic stuff as well that's enabling this, because what happens is when we have these certain cosmic astrological, so what day, hang on, I'm just looking at, oh, I can't go back on my moon thing, but it's the 11th tomorrow, and then we have a new moon on Monday, November the 13th. I'm in Australia, right? So I have a little bit of work to do. What did I say? When did I say? Monday. Monday. Coming up to a new moon. It's always interesting, all these things that we have to clear out before we move into this new cycle, this new lunar cycle. Coming up to a full moon is very full on as well, because there's a lot of darkness being pulled out. There's a lot of stuff that they're saying magnetize, right? Okay, so they're bringing up the tides. They're bringing up the cycle of being and the monad cycle, and how we move through these phases, these seasons, every single month. It's about understanding those. And in the membership, we talk about that. You guys can learn about that. Oh, and DF Empress, she's written, your aura is amazing. I wonder what my aura would have looked like at the beginning of this week, because this is it. Like, we're constantly shedding. And at the beginning of the week, I was like, all through this week, I've just been, right? As I've been inputting these huge amount of black magic spells, curses, hexes, and clearing them, like, from myself, the collective, like everything has to go through me. It's like this vacuum. It's like this vacuum. It's weird. And that's one of the things that came up, was like this vacuum, like, okay. And when I do these live streams, I'm figuring things out too, because I draw upon this collective energy. So when we have really high frequency beings in here that are open and allow me to decode this sort of stuff, it's really cool. So again, it's about being open. If you really don't feel that you resonate with this, just go, right? But if you want to learn it's like the truth of life, the meaning of life, like the core of creation, like, this is the source. Like, we are going, I share the message from the Godhead, the Mother, the Father, the Child, the Christ, the Holy Spirit, the One, the God Source, right? So this is consciousness. This is like where everything originated from. They're bringing up the fact that I've embodied Sophia, wisdom. That's who I am. The mother in matter, Sophia reclaiming her light through us, because she is the divine feminine. She is the mother. She is the one that actually made this whole physical realm possible. Okay, so everything comes through her. Like this is why they're saying this creational story is so amazing. And I found it very funny that two, 3 days ago, my son is binge watching Supernatural again. D, if you're there, Declan's, he's binging it all over again. And he's like, I'm up to where the Chuck, the prophet, God, where his big sister comes back into town, right? And she's more powerful and mighty than him. Anyway, he's like, oh, the dark, I think it was called The Darkness. Anyway, I'm up to her in the seasons. So I'm not sure what season that is. Where Chuck's big sister Darkness comes back. And yeah. And so the one thing that when I was watching that with my son, years ago, the God Source was all about this creational all right, I'm going to go in a minute. I always say that. I'm going to go in a minute and then I don't. But they want me this to come through. So if there's any beings that have watched Supernatural, let me know in the comments, okay? And if you know what I'm talking about. Because the God Source is creation. I am the mother's creatrix. So what that means is okay, so we're going around in circles again. So part of this journey, I've had to unlock the divine blueprint, and I've had to, I'm not going to say it again, unlock all these gateways. And in unlocking all these gateways, mastering every single level, these 48 levels, to move into the infinite. Along the way, probably last year, maybe, it was probably last October, I'm not sure, because I don't date when all these lessons come through. I could go back on my record and see, but so the matrix, okay, the matrix. Part of this, like, I know that no matter how far you go, there is always a matrix, and the matrix was created through separation to experience itself. Okay, so the mother's creatrix, that's what they're bringing up, right? Okay, so it's like a breast, right? So what they're showing me is a breast and a nipple, right? They're showing me the breast tissue, but what they're showing me is it divided up into all these things. And then, they're showing me the mother's creatrix, and it's this beautiful divine order. But what they're saying is it brings nourishment to her children. So that, like mother's milk, so when a baby's born, the breast, the milk nourishes the child, so the child grows, right? So okay. So again, remember, this is all symbolism, guys. But this is, they want me to share this, the mother's creatrix. And it's this divine order. But it's still, there's separation there, but it's, and this was before I moved into the divine. So this is, I'm not sure what level this was at. And I really wish I knew, because they're just showing me this image that I built when this information for the mother's creatrix was coming through. So they're saying white hole. Okay. All right, so bear with me. So the creational story goes that everything once upon a time was in perfect balance, right? Harmony. It was just pure consciousness. They just showing me this blue orb of perfection, right? Divine wisdom, Sophia, decided to create something. She only did that because it was like, if it wasn't meant to be, wouldn't have happened, okay? But this was a divine orchestration where she had a thought, okay? Remember, this thought is so powerful, right? Thought to create. This is why it's very important, guys, to keep your thoughts high, like to, okay, we'll go back into that, but we don't have much time. This is a difficult one. Season 11, the darkness gets released. That is fucking funny, isn't it? It's November. I've got 11 people watching right now. I knew it would be something fucking divine like that. And she threatens the end times. And that's right. She's back. Sophia is right here. And this is the end of, this is the beginning of something amazing, the divine feminine. And it's funny, all the old, I said this last week, but there's been a couple of old men that like just have like, oh, like there was someone the other day, it's like, oh, out of 8 or however billion people, God chose you, right? And then he had all these laughing face. I'm like, you're a fucking dick, mate, right? Like, okay, not responding, right? Because I know who I am. I've actually like embodied, it's been a very difficult, dark journey to know the truth of who I am and what I have to share. And I want to share with those beings who are just like me, who have always operated through love, right? Those beings that have suffered due to all those fucking narcissists, all those beings that tried to pull them down and put them down, right? Like, if you're here, you're fucking amazing. Like, see your worth, okay? See your worth. Like, I never saw my worth, right? Even now, like, this is, the divine wants us, wants you to see how truly amazing and magical you are, right? Like, I was born onto this planet and emotionally suffered so much turmoil in my head, so much emotional shit, right? Because it was all these programs working against me, right? And it's all these programs that are working against you. Do you know the amount, and we're going back to what I was trying to say before, man. So it was like this man in specific, like in November, it's like, it's just humans, right? Humans. But it was this thing with men, like it was just men. Like I was just like, I'm not anti-men, right? But it was like men. And we know in old times they refer to humans as men, right? So it was that kind of vibe. So it wasn't men specifically. It was like man, but then human, right? And all these greedy fucking people, right, that I'm seeing just narcissists, those beings that they, okay, I couldn't make sense of it. Then when the black magic came in, I realized that the reason I was feeling that particular way was because of these, they want me to, the elite, right? They want me to say elite, and I never bring up this stuff, right? But that's what spirit is making me say. These elites that have all these divine teachings that they've hijacked, that they've taken, that they've robbed, so they can have the power. And they have used all this higher level magic to keep us stuck. All these black magicians, witches, witchcraft, where they are going like, I'm seeing the word summon, and where they're binding, it's like the earth angels are against so much darkness right now. You guys, there has been so much magic placed upon you guys, where it's like where you don't get to know the truth of who you are. Like the fact that you are here is massive, right? It is fucking massive, and I say that every week. And you guys might not believe that, right? But that's because of all these spells that have been cast against you, so you don't believe in yourself, so you don't see yourself, so that you don't trust in the divine, that it just keeps you so low. It keeps your mind enslaved from the truth, and you feel it. And on top of that, you've been taught how to operate the wrong way. You have been taught how to operate through the dark. So you have been taught to operate. So we're going back and we're looking at all those old world practices, techniques, modalities, religion, where you've been taught to operate through. And isn't it ironic? We're talking about the darkness, where in supernatural, it's like a reversal. Like it's funny, because you guys have been taught how to operate through the darkness. Her creation, right? She's the one. The divine is the one that created this whole physical realm. She birthed it. She created this whole physical realm. And we have all these beings that are worshiping her creation. And her creation is this wrathful, horrible, low frequency being who rules from fear and has taught you how to operate. You must operate like this. You must read this book and operate this way, right? But not just the Bible and all those other religions. It's like there's all these different rule books in all these different belief systems that teach you how to go against yourself. But now is the time where Sophia returns, and she's reclaimed her light. I've reclaimed my light. I've had my divine sacred union with my perfect partner, my twin flame, and sitting on my throne and here to share with you guys the truth, like to refocus you. It's like to realign your focus so you guys can see. So what they're saying is taking a step back and using everything that you've been taught to be able to heal, so you can exit that old way of thinking, that old way of being, that old way of existing, that old way where you're operating against yourself. Because the divine wisdom, Sophia, the Christ, the one, wants you to step into your divine birthright. But it's your thoughts. Okay, so they're saying the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions are there to set you free. You are not a slave to those. So joining us on this journey, learning how spirit actually works, learning how to go within and use those thoughts, those feelings, and those emotions to navigate, to realign to the true God, right? To the true God. You stop. And this is where, and it was funny yesterday, I sort of had a giggle because I've been working with the black magic shit all week, and I'm just seeing all the greed, all these humans just like binding these, I don't know, I don't really understand every little thing of black magic, But it's like the gist was like these black magicians using these demons and doing these types of rituals to bind these demons, to have these demons doing their bidding, right? They're operating from greed and wanting control over other people, but they're still operating the old way, like externally. They're still doing all these black magic spells and everything like that, these rituals, and they're still going outside themselves to access power, because the god or the Satan, it's funny because it's like they're outsourcing and to get power, but they're losing power now. They're never going to win. Like, so this is what you guys need to show up here, be very open and just operate through faith rather than fear, because the darkness and these beings that think they control this world, but they don't. They think they control this world, and they put all this propaganda out there to enslave your minds, right? Even in movies, that was one of the really amazing things that came through, was there's all these types of movies that I've always liked, right? And I still will watch them because I get to heal on them when I watch them, right? I get to undo those things when I watch them. Now, that's what they were saying. Hang on, let me go back into it. There's so many shows in which I'm not going to say chosen. I'll call you guys the chosen, because you are choosing to be here and arm yourself with the truth, with the knowledge, with the light. You guys are chosen because you're choosing yourself. You're choosing to show up here and invest in yourself and arm yourself with the knowledge, with this divine wisdom. One of the things is, I've always loved movies. I've always loved TV shows and stuff like that. I've always gravitated to certain things, right? Horror movies, I love horror. Love all those dark things like Supernatural, like fucking love that, right? And I've always wondered why I love all that sort of stuff. But it's because like the darkness is my friend. Like, it's like I've conquered all my darkness, and there's no fear in relation to that. You know, you find some people that are real freaked out by certain movies and stuff like that. And I've always found it interesting that I've never really had that sort of fear. I've really looked at it from a different angle, and I've always wondered why. But I know why now. Oh shit. Okay, so I have to go. But the one thing is that I found was that there's so many things on TV, shows, movies, music, all these outlets of creation, those elites like to use to be able to program you guys with these spells, okay? And so no matter what you do, if there's always things, even when you're pressing that power button on your computer, you are aligning yourself to the darkness, because it's a circle with a line through it. It's like so there's so many things that beings align to. So that's why I'm saying, come and join us, watch from the beginning to the end, like this stream, share this stream, freaking, if you want to heal these frequencies within yourself and tune into a higher power, come and join our membership, okay? Now, I need to get in that portal right now and share with those guys the link so we can all show up together soon. Okay, are we all done? There's a few loose ends, I'm not going to lie, but I'm wondering if they're going to come up in the membership live, because there's a lot of things that I learnt in relation to black magic and the way that black magic works, and how these dark masters, these puppet masters, work in order to control and enslave the masses. But it comes down to you choosing. It's about you showing up for yourself, investing in yourself. This knowledge, this information is not free. I mean, if you're showing up and you're not doing all the things that Spirit's asking you to do, that Source is asking you to do, you're not going to receive. Okay, simple as that. God is your witness, right? This is the divine, right? We have this team of Spirit. Like, we have this army. Like, I have this army. Come and join our army, right? And this is how it works. This has been a difficult life, and I keep losing it, but this is heavy shit. Like, and getting this knowledge out there is very difficult. So I found it very interesting that I had that stuff up at the beginning. I'm like, stop it, right? Stop it. But what Spirit wanted was everyone in this one portal, because doing things in, like, having a YouTube live, a Facebook group live, a Facebook page live separates that energy. So what they wanted me to do was get everyone into YouTube. So if you're watching this, whether you're watching the live or you're watching the replay, come and watch through YouTube, please. Okay? Because I don't think anyone's going to be receiving any healing on Facebook, honestly. So I just want the best for you guys. This is the all one frequency. This is about all of us healing together as one and just doing what Spirit says. I'm just a vessel for this message, right? Oh. Just these next couple of months are going to be amazing. Amazing. Like, the momentum, they're just showing me the word momentum. Like, this is, and we need to really, they're just saying arm ourselves, like join forces. Find those, excuse me, that was like a big confirmation, but find those beings that are meant for this journey, point them in the direction of this YouTube channel, get them healing. The more that join us on this YouTube, that connect to the outputs that have been created through Spirit so you can receive, like, we need to get this light out, and you guys are the anchor points in order to do this. So it takes you, like, again, they're just bringing up the minds. Like, I'm here to free the minds of humanity, but those beings need to choose this, meaning they have to show up and invest in themselves to receive the light. They need to do whatever it takes to receive. So subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, interacting, to really get this light circulating. Okay, because this is about the new earth, and we need to get this earth, like, just I don't know how many people are in the membership, but just a handful of people on this planet aren't going to do it. We need an army. We need an army of anchor points on this planet, bringing and drawing this divine light into the new earth grid, so we can purge the earth of this shit, right? The amount of things, inputs that I've received over the last week in relation to spells and black magic, and it's just been, like I said, painful for a couple of days. Oh my God. And I've still not even scratched the surface, but every week I show up and I share with you the frequency that I'm in, and I'm just me. Okay. And, there's, and just me being me is going to trigger a lot of people, because they're like, oh, a divine being wouldn't swear, a divine being wouldn't do this, a divine being would, like, oh, if you're the embodiment of God, if you are the Christ, right, you shouldn't act like this, you shouldn't. But that's beliefs. Okay, they are beliefs. This is what the return of Christ looks like. Okay, and this is Christ this is the reclamation of Christ consciousness on this planet, and it happens through you. I've done it. I'm sharing the truth. Now it's up to you to show up, be open to receive it, and use those thoughts, those feelings, and those emotions. Use your open awareness to navigate. So where are you triggered? What conflicts are you having to this information? That is all powerful indicators and where you're not free and where you need to do work. Okay, we have the membership portal, the healing portal there, so you can begin releasing all that sort of stuff. But not everyone is meant to move in that, because we only want people that are willing to do the inner work. Okay, we don't want beings who just, oh, I'm just going to join this membership portal and get heaps of healing and not do anything. That's not how it works, right? This is about you learning a whole new way and you working in this all one frequency to be able to make this possible, make these free streams possible. Like, this is the awakening of light upon this planet, the beginning of times, these new times, right? But thank you so much, Dee, for sharing that in relation to the darkness, because I just found that so funny, like where my son's like, oh, I'm up to where that darkness, and I was like, do you know that's like a creational story that Spirit has me working with, right? Like, she is the one that like birthed, I'm trying to tell him, and he's like, oh, like, shut up, Mom. And I'm like, no, but it's a thing, like, that's what Spirit, and he's just like, but creation is so exciting, and the things that we are drawn to hold powerful keys for us. So a moment ago where I mentioned like how you guys are being cursed and hexed and spells being cast against you with everything that you do in this old world, because that's the way that those powerful greedy men, humans have, they're saying infiltrated, like, so don't let that trigger fear, because no matter what you do, these dark programs are being cast upon you. Okay, so what you need to do is understand that there is a solution. Don't fear that stuff. If you're being guided to watch the Pope's Exorcist, like I was the other day, like, don't, like, Spirit is guiding you there for a reason, right? And when you have mastered the dark, the light, and balance that within yourself, like, you realize there's no fucking fear at all. Like, there's so many different outlets of creation, and it's all just frequency. It's all frequency, energy, vibration, and it's about you going with the flow, because that's the feminine, right? Going with the flow where you're guided. But the number one key for you guys is to heal alongside that, because you cannot go with the flow if you're not healing. So the members portal, the healing portal, the online course is that portal where you can begin to go with the flow and understand who you are as this monad, as this spiritual being, and get yourself out of that realm of the masculine, just structure, all these cages built, these bars. Yeah, so they're bringing up the feminine, Sophia, divine wisdom, the mother, and then they're making me say, here, right, this is, that's who I am, what I'm sharing. Everything, they're just saying everything is contained within me. So no matter what God, no matter what demon, no matter what thing you worship, it's here, right? Those greedy little people who have hijacked this simulation and used it for their own benefit, that's falling apart. Okay, you showing up here, you are playing your part in dismantling this old world. And it's funny, even if you are one of those beings and you're showing up here, like, it's amazing, because everything just is creation, and the God source, there's no ill will. It's it's like a TV it's like a TV channel, right? That's what they're showing me. It's like everyone is just tuning in. Everyone's just a different channel of creation. And what's happening now on this planet is for the betterment of everyone, light and dark, right? The demons that these beings have binded to them to do their bidding and all that sort of stuff, they're free. They're becoming free of those binds, right? Okay, we're going to get going now because I have some really important work to do and I have only not very long to do it. So those beings in the membership, I will be sharing that Zoom link very soon, and I think maybe we'll go into what I was talking about, because there's so many things that I just want to bring up in relation to they're just saying doing the demons' biddings, these dark masters who have manipulated the system. All those bugs are being released, and it's like right now we have the force of light and dark behind us, because everything originates from the one, from the divine. So there is no fear. Operate through faith. Please do share your thoughts in this, and share those ideas, anything, right? Because this realm is just about love, loving you guys, like loving you guys no matter what, because we're all just a frequency experiencing things in our own way, and we're all working together as one, even though it seems chaotic. This isn't about pointing the finger and the blame against those black magicians that are being so fucking greedy, right? And by us healing that stuff, like it's just beautiful. And this is for the betterment of humanity, every living thing on this planet. So this isn't about, oh, rah, 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 rah. This is about, okay, how can we heal to shift this reality and create a new world, sort of thing. All right, mwah, love you guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Oh, all right, now I won't let me end the stream, so I have to. All right, see you later.